I wonder what I am about to say. You might find this forest familiar if you live in Washington State. You might find this dog familiar if you live in my area, um, which is Duval. And you might recognize me as a server at the Grange if you are a local there, and that is why I am dressed up, because I'm about to go serve a shift at the Grange tonight. But I wanted to come out and shoot this video because I have been thinking about this all week, and it's one of the reasons that I love Duval and I love working at the Grange, and I love learning about the land and the people in the community and the practices here. I have been thinking all week about the concept of grace, and the grace specifically that comes from good neighbors. I, back home, own a home with my husband, and we put it on the market to potentially sell, but we ended up renting it to a neighbor. And it was kind of a process in how, like, it was a negotiation, right? And even when we got one offer on the house, there's a lot of negotiation. And in the world of real estate, which I am learning about, and just barely a year into being a realtor myself, learning about what it is that different people look for when they want to go home, what it is they look for in neighbors. And personally, I love having neighbors and community members that show up when I need them. And not everyone can say that they always have the support systems in place to not go in when they're sick, or a quiet place to sleep. I mean, I came out to the forest and you can hear gunfire and like yard equipment over there, and so it's always a negotiation when choosing to live around other people, and what services people want from their neighbors and what they want from outside of their community or within their community. Lately I've been doing more research on villages and eco-villages and tiny homes, and what it would take to build villages, with walking villages with people's basic needs met within walking distance, with enough land to actually grow a decent amount of food. And in this area, it's complicated because of the Growth Management Act and impact fees and education taxes. And so I love talking to people about that and welcome more community around that at my monthly Sustainable Home Club meetup at the Grange. But yeah, I guess to close out my thoughts for today, I'm so thankful for good neighbors and grace, which is, this doesn't seem like it should be happening, but life unfolds in a way that we are unexpectedly taken care of. When we need help, having a stranger reach out and say, hey, because I see you on a regular basis, because you are my neighbor, because you live here, because you call home in a place that I call home, we take responsibility for each other, and we heal each other when we're sick or we're down, or we share dreams, because that's the best, right? Is to share dreams with your neighbors and to share dreams with other people, and to help build each other up so that we can not only live out our dreams, but find the most meaning and purpose and love that we can here on earth while we're here, because it does seem to be so short, and have a good lasting impact. And that's just, and share hope and light, and that's what I'm trying to do, which I'm trying to show up. I'm a week behind on a video, but my throat even, I'm like, oh, I didn't bring tea out here. But I mainly am speaking from how I felt this week. I've been sick, and I have been inspired by people who continually show up for each other, and I'm very thankful for the things I feel like I don't deserve, but they come through, and what grace is that? And I'm happy to call many places my home, and I'm happy to call you my neighbor, and I want to create a world where more people have neighbors that they love, and neighbors that if they even had an inkling that they needed help, that they were there to show up, and that people just as a baseline have the capacity to love each other like that. In a world at this point, post-COVID, during COVID, mid-COVID, we, I believe, need that in the forefront of our mind more than ever if we are going to rebuild humanity in a more beautiful way. So, I hope to see you at the next meetup. Email me if you have any questions, or if you are interested in creating eco-villages in Washington State. Have a good day. I'm gonna go have some tea.